4 years ago, I made a video titled Form Breakthrough After Fieldwork, and in that video I talked about how your shoulder should stay locked at 90 degrees as you reach back, power pocket, and release point, and if you didn't rotate it would look like this, where it's reach back, power pocket, and release point. And I think that's accurate. I just think it might have implied that you need to be too tense, right? You need to lock into place and keep everything very rigid while you're throwing. And I think a somewhat looser idea or mentality around the throw is going to be beneficial for a lot more people, because when I made that video, I was struggling with pulling the disc across, muscling too much, and that video kind of helped me realize that I need to keep everything synced up. But I think a better way to think about it is, rather than keeping everything synced up, you want to have your whole body swing together. So it's not you're forcing it to happen, it's you're synchronizing everything. That's probably a better way to put it. Tracer's got a toy hanging from the door back there, and she's been going ham. I would stop it for the video, but I don't want to take away that joy. So yeah, like I said, the throw, I think it's good to think about the disc golf throw as more of a swing rather than like pulling and launching the disc. It's kind of similar to a left-handed golf swing, right? Like, I don't play golf, but I don't know how to play golf. I know the rules, I don't know how to play it, right? So which hand goes down, right? Okay, it's left hand. If you take that sort of left-handed golf swing and then you turn it horizontal and use your other hand, it's the same kind of thing, which I guess is very convoluted, doesn't make much sense, but thinking about the throw as a swing rather than ripping the disc across is going to be beneficial for a lot of people. So the problem that I was talking about in that video is when your shoulders and your arm don't swing together. So whether it's your arm going in front or your shoulders going in front, something is out of sync there. So the problem that I was struggling with was my arm was going too fast, right? I would pull the disc across, and then my shoulders would rotate. And there's kind of two ways that this can happen. The first is muscling and just trying to pow the disc, just send it, but not actually using your whole body to throw. It's just arm. And that's kind of a mentality change. And then the other one is just not rotating your torso enough. So if your arm is swinging just faster than your shoulders, they start at the same time, and they would be synced up, but your left arm isn't tight to your side, or I don't know what else could happen, but for some reason your shoulders, your torso isn't rotating as fast as your arm, and then you'll see sometimes people's arms will open up. And so the solution there is just to make sure to keep your left arm tight to your side, make sure to use that to drive the rotation rather than just trying to spin fast, and make sure that your arm and your shoulder swings together so that your throw looks kind of like a horizontal version of this. I'm doing it vertical for the camera, but it's also fun to do this, right? If you just hold a disc and you just swing back and forth, you can really feel, it's like a hammer drill except just with a disc. I don't know, it feels good. It feels good. That was kind of weird, and I apologize for that. I was trying to think of a word, not saying because of how good it felt, because it doesn't feel that good. Anyways, so that's what happens when your arm goes in front of your shoulders. The far more common problem is when your arm goes behind your shoulders, right? So your shoulders swing forward, and then your arm comes through. And that's rounding. That's where you end up with throwing with just this motion. It's not very powerful at all. And usually the problem with rounding is that you start reaching all the way back here, and then your shoulders start, and your arm just kind of lags behind. It just kind of goes. So the solution to that is usually to swing your arms and your shoulders back at the same time, right? If your arm and shoulders go back together, it's a lot easier for them to go forwards together. That's why I talk a lot about reach back timing, because if your arm and your shoulder goes back at the same time, it's easier to keep them synced together. Now, I will say you don't want to necessarily swing the disc around and back, because that can cause inconsistency with your reach back, right? If your timing is off a little bit, that's going to mess a lot of things out here. So usually you want to reach the disc from in front of your chest back, but the idea of your arm and your shoulders going back at the same time. That's why you don't want to reach back and then take a few more steps. That can help. And then also, I guess it can also be caused from not taking your eyes off the target, right? If your shoulders start here, then your arm and shoulders can sure swing together, but your arm is still behind your shoulders. So that's why I talk a lot about the backswing. I'm so bad about calling that a reach back. Anyways, yeah, that's why I lost my train of thought. That's an easy way to make sure that your shoulders aren't starting ahead. Or if you're just focusing too much on spinning and you just go, ugh, and then your arm is still behind your shoulders. So a good solution is a drill from Seabass 22 where he takes a hammer and you start with swinging the hammer back and forth. It's kind of what I was doing earlier, but as you swing it more and more, you can feel how your whole body needs to swing together. And that's the goal, is we want to use our whole body to throw the disc, because if we just use like our arm, it's not going to go as far. That's going to be the most powerful way to do it, is to use your whole body. I also have a video that I put out on the Dynamic Disc channel of me doing this drill while I was coaching Anthony. So that might be fun to check out. We used a hammer to like hit boxes. It was fun. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, is that your whole body needs to swing together. Your whole body needs to reach back together, or back swing together, and then swing forwards together. And your arm should stay at 90 degrees to your shoulders and to like your collarbones, but not because you locked it there, but because the timing of everything else is synced up such that it can be. So anyways, I hope this helped. I hope this wasn't too off the walls and random. Haven't made a video in a while on this channel, so I guess I'm kind of trying to see how this does. Let me know what you think, if you have any other topics or old videos you want me to cover. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, because I might start making more videos again. I don't know if I'll have time. I guess it didn't take long, so maybe. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Always remember, slow is smooth, and smooth is far.